16 sailors preparing for one of the ultimate tests to be found in offshore racing, the legendary Rolex Fastnet Race, which will take teams on a challenging 608 nautical mile racetrack renowned for its changeable weather and complex tidal currents. The biennial Rolex Fastnet Race tests teams' strategy, decision-making, stamina, and in short, an offshore racing skills. It is renowned as one of the biggest challenges of a sailor's career, a perfect stage to test the MBA sailing team of 12 MBA alumni from different universities who would face one of their most grueling tasks yet, led by the renowned skipper Heiner and some of his team. The epic Fastnet racetrack starts in Cowes in the Solent and heads across the often tempestuous Celtic Sea to the Fastnet Rock off Southern Ireland and back to the finish in Plymouth. 336 yachts from 20 nations competed in this year's record-breaking fleet, attracting some of the world's fastest yachts and professional teams to race alongside Corinthian entries. The world's largest offshore yacht race, the Rolex Fastnet Race is globally revered and recognized with wide-ranging appeal. The complicated racetrack is perfect to prepare for the professional teams who have offshore race ambitions, such as the Volvo Ocean Race or other classic offshore races. A massive step away from the relative comfort of the boardroom, the 12-strong MBA team were novices in offshore racing until embarking on their adventure and spent almost 7 months preparing and training. Partnering with the charity ZOA, their Fastnet Challenge would also raise much-needed funds for water, sanitation and hygiene in countries affected by conflict and natural disaster. The novice team were partnered up with one of sailing's well-known faces, Heiner, a renowned offshore and round-the-world sailor, match racer and 4-time Olympian, the perfect partner to make their goal possible.
The interesting part about the boat is that you need to be a team. The difficult part about the MBA alumni is that they obviously came from different boats. So they're not a team to start with, and they needed to gain a lot of experience. So we've had a training program to get people working on and understanding the Volvo 60, and at the same time trying to build more of a team.
As the owner of a Volvo 60, a renowned racing machine, Heiner and his team started their preparations. Precision and preparation are key to success in sport. The day before the race start, the team were focused on preparing the boat, loading food and water, checking equipment and all electronics. It was then on to a briefing for the final planning and teamwork preparations, along with race strategy and weather updates. A few hours later, and more final checks with all the team on board and double-checking gear. The weather was looking good for the race as the wind increased, with the team reviewing their boat handling and roles in trimming and tuning sails and sail change techniques. An overcast and virtually windless morning gave way to sunshine and a gently building breeze as the team headed to the racecourse at 1200 hours. A morning for mixed feelings and trepidation.
The goal of us for the coming Fastnet Regatta is just to enjoy ourselves, first of all.
Quite excited after all these months of training, and we put in a lot of work.
I love the challenge, I love racing, and I wanted to do one of these races.
And I hope we have a good race.
Just a few minutes to go until the start, and the team reviewed their tactics for the critical moments before, during and after the start. With light winds forecast, the first half of the race would be a tactical upwind leg.
Looking forward to it, but also a little nervous because it's known for being pretty unpredictable.
I'm very much looking forward to a very exciting race. I hope we have some wind, not too much rain, a bit of sunshine and loads of fun on the boat.
So right now I'm just ready to get started, get this over with and see how we do.
We'll see what happens, and also we want to sail for water, for ZOA, of course.
At 13:50 hours on the 11th of August, the MBA sailing team started the Rolex Fastnet Race, opting for a pin-end start in what was the crowded end of the line. Team Abu Dhabi and two Russian yachts, the Swan 60s Brononasek and Petite Flamme, secured the best starts. The British TP52 Pace and the MBA sailing team were just a few metres behind. Minutes after the start, some short, sharp tacks rewarded the teams with the best executed boat handling, as teams tried to choose the best tacks in the shifty breeze close to shore with gusts up to 25 knots. As the sky cleared, the breeze decreased, perfect conditions for those on their first Rolex Fastnet race. The first stage of the race was upwind in a west-south-westerly breeze. The wind then veered northwest as teams changed onto a starboard-favoured tack along the south coast of the UK before heading to the northwest and onto the turning point of the Fastnet Rock. Noted landmarks indicated their progress as the team passed the Needles, Portland Bill, Star Point, the Lizard and Land's End ahead of the open water passage across the Celtic Sea. 32 hours later, the team were in the middle of the Celtic Sea and heading towards the Fastnet Rock. As the sun set, the view was spectacular, with the crew on Team Heiner 1 sailing towards the sinking sun. During the day, crew changes were frequent to ensure teams were refreshed and given adequate sleep to deliver their best for racing. A rotating crew schedule balances the number of team resting and those racing. Food and refreshment are critical to the performance of the team, with others fixing kit and getting sails ready.
Hi, Mum. Am I on TV now?
Is this tea? I asked for coffee, damn it.
I'm getting some freeze-dried porridge. It's lovely. And what is your role in all this, big boy?
My role in all of this is...
You have a halyard ready? Good. Yeah, he's now. Get him.
By 1000 hours on the 13th of August, the team were on a port leg towards the Fastnet Rock, with the wind gradually dying. As they rounded the rock and the landmark turning point of the Fastnet Race, there was virtually no wind and a glass-like sea. No quick escape onto the long return leg back to Plymouth, as the team found themselves enjoying the view of the Fastnet Rock. The Fastnet Rock is the most southerly point of Ireland, rising to about 30 metres above the low water mark with a lighthouse atop it. The wind steadily increased and the pace of their race back to the finish line at Plymouth was much faster, taking just 1 day compared to the 2.5 days to get to the Fastnet Rock. In a historic race which is as notoriously difficult to finish as it is to win, the team could be proud of their achievement in what was a long, hard, tiring and incredibly rewarding experience.
One of our main guys, Berend Groeneveld, has a very tight connection with the Cambodia, a Dutch-based charity organization who helps out in Cambodia with the water wells in 2 large villages. We see a comparison between there's a Pol Pot area in which all the intellectual people were actually slaughtered, and we think of ourselves as MBAs. We can actually help the people who remain in that country by sailing for water. So we spend some time on the water to create water for people in Cambodia.
A goal achieved for each and every one.